It's saying Rocket Science People, episode 73. Back in the building, you know, it's your boy. What's going on, man? I got my nigga BG rocking with me tonight.
What's up? What's up? What's up, you play? Ain't nothing, man. Ain't nothing. Finishing out the day, you know. Enjoying some tequila. I mean, cheers, my man. I don't know what you got over there.
I don't even know what I got right now. You know, this shit became a science project to me. Started out one way, then I had to balance it out. I had to come back again. Okay. At this point, I'm just letting the ice do its job. You know what I'm saying?
Fine. While you in the lab, find that cure for the COVID, man. I'm trying to be outside, brother.
Nah. That won't be my job. Shit, you know me, I'm outside regardless. I mean, I'm just at this point. You gotta live, man. Which is
man.
For the people. It's easy for me to say because my story ain't been too bad. I ain't, you know, it ain't hit too close to home to be a boy. Right. Honestly, I ain't got not one negative story about COVID personally. You know what I'm saying?
So it hasn't hit anybody in your family. It hasn't hit like anybody close, family, relatives, whatever.
Nobody I know close to me has officially been diagnosed with COVID. Now, you know, we all know Black people. So there's a few of them that swore they had it before, had a name before they got diagnosed. They was sick, but no, though, to keep it 100, no, we've been blessed on this side, man. Ain't nobody had it. Ain't nobody, even the people that was sick. I mean, he was down about a week, 10 days, and bounced back. And I've been straight, and I was actually getting tested every Thursday for work, and no, I've been good. So I can't even trip.
That's what's up, man. That's a blessing right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, you know, whatever. We gonna keep it rocking. What I know though is, and I seen the meme earlier. I need them. What they call it? I need them COVID. I need the COVID flight prices to come back. They call the quarantine, the first level quarantine.
I got news. News for them niggas. They ain't coming back. We out that. You think the government gonna give y'all money and cut prices too?
Man, listen. Hope so.
They ain't having it. That was a good run though. I ain't gonna lie. It was at points where me and you were sharing flight information, like prices and shit. It was to the point where Uber from Philly to Jersey was fucking $80, but I could hop on a flight from here to Miami for $38.
Round trip.
Yeah, man. Who can beat those prices?
You ain't lying, bro. I am. Yeah. I ever thought you see the day when a fucking plane was cheaper than Uber, but listen, y'all know I took full advantage. I was black as shit last summer. I'm tanning coast to coast, solo. What?
That's how you gotta be. Hey, you know, if it was opportunity. The way I view it, yo, it was like this time was a time of opportunity. If you can get in where you fit in, and that's within many things. Like if it was travel, it was cheap flight prices. You know what I mean? If it was stocks, they was at an all-time low. If it was real estate, interest rates low. Like, you know what I mean? It was a lot. So it was getting where you fit in season. So
no, that's real. Even with the time I know even with the time I had the chance to spend with the family and all that. With the original, like I said, quarantine and all that stuff, I had to take advantage of all that stuff. It's time to save money, all that. Like, that's what I was telling people. Even getting back in my workout bag, running and all that. Like,
nigga, how much money did you see? Did you see a real crazy savings in money as far as like what was that? What was your savings like? Did you see a noticeable difference? Like, damn, why do I have an extra X amount of dollars? You know, because you just weren't moving around so much.
Yeah, because number one, the first thing on me was as soon as they said, as soon as the rumblings came across, daycare done. She would make. That's all rip. Daycare, like I don't care if you pay $7 because you got the fucking WIC or whatever that shit called from the government, nigga. When you cut daycare out, that's automatic jump. And then for me personally, just all the dumb stuff you do by working in Center City. You know, you spend a lot of time in Center City. I'm in Center City every day. You got to eat. You're going to drink. You're going to walk by something. You might walk by a Foot Locker. You're going to spend money. So as soon as they put the boy in the crib, that automatically just cut back on all the miscellaneous spending. So I know for me, like I said, the miscellaneous stuff is like, but the daycare joint from the rip. You know, Harper, she was in pre-K at the time and daycare. So as soon as they they started talking about canceling. Don't even worry about us. We good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She's in kindergarten now, which is free. So that was my biggest thing. But as black people, well, let me just talk for myself. I'm not gonna talk about black people. We're gonna still find a way to spend it.
You definitely tried to single out blacks like you wasn't part of the party.
I'm not gonna even blame on the blacks. But what I will say, on that same token, I still ended up spending it on goddamn furniture and everything else because I was finally settling back in the crib. So you know one thing about me, I'm still gonna find a way to spend it. But you know what I mean, right. I ain't tripping. Nah, let's get into it though, man. This ain't rocket science, people. Episode 73. Mm-hmm. So we got to start with my man DMX, man. Rest in peace to DMX.
Pour it out for him.
Yeah, we coming to y'all on a Wednesday right now. So I feel like was the last Friday he passed away.
Yeah, officially the news was bad for him for about a week. If you was like listening to the news, you was seeing that he was on like a ventilator or life support and stuff, so it wasn't looking good. And, right. Passed last Friday, so it's tough, man.
I know at first I was going to try to jump on this joint and do a show dedicated to DMX and all that, but I ain't feel like that'd have been like that ain't really my style. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's just sad. You feel me? I'm not about to get on here and do no sad show, but definitely rest in peace to the homie DMX. But what it did do, it definitely make you reflect. Not just because of the internet, but I mean you start seeing like just all the old clips and all that. And it just take you back to what I know for me, 6th, 7th grade. I mean, we the same age, so
same for
me. You, like, what was like your first introduction to DMX?
Shit. Rough Riders. So, he dropped that year where he dropped both them projects, man. That was like, I remember I got my first boombox. You know the boombox, the bookshelf joints, where like it had the speakers and the CD changer. You were sitting on your dresser in your bed. Like that's what I remember. I got one of those for my birthday, and DMX album was one of the first albums that was in that changer, and I was blasting it. And at the time, it was probably the edited version. You know what I mean? I don't think I was going too raw with it, but. Yeah, man, his music was crazy. It's something that you hear, like when you hear his stuff, it takes you back to that time. You remember that time, you know what I mean? That's why I was so sad. I feel like it's a lot of emotion driven to his music because and we talked about this offline, it's like a lot of people were dealing with issues too that he was talking about. And that got him through those issues, whether that was death, life, death, missing family members, all that stuff. He was talking about all that stuff. So us growing up in that era, we were able to hear that stuff, and he was preaching to us, man. For real.
That's real. And I think right now, I didn't appreciate it more until your adult years. Like I know for me, like you got to think, if DMX come out when you were 11 or 12, and my first joint was, I actually remember going up to New York City on a bus trip with my man Church. They used to have like a bus trip to New York City every year, and we went up there, and from a flea market, I had bought It's Dark and Hell is Hot. You feel me? But I bought that because on the box, we used to get our videos and listen to our music. Remember the music channel, the box? Yeah. I know for me, we had Wade Cable growing up, Channel 65.
I remember.
So I think my first time hearing X was when the video came out, the Rough Riders anthem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Seeing him, seeing the energy. I used to want to be from New York so bad, dog. Seeing all them niggas on the dirt bikes and all that. Like you couldn't. I mean, between that and the N1 mixtape, you couldn't. Man, I wanted to be from New York so bad, dog. Like so. Yeah, that was my first introduction to X. Like. And just the whole, like I said, the whole thing with the dirt bikes and just the video and all that. That first video was hard, bro. That beat when that joint came on, like that joint was hard. Then when they picked up Eve and all that, like it was just a good time, dog. It was a good time.
It was a great time. That was a great time, man. It was a great time. It was like the birth of like the MTV, not the birth, but that was during the MTV era. So like the music video era. So
yeah,
that's another reason why people so tied to him. We saw him on our TV screens while we was young, all day. Like, all day in constant rotation. So we felt like we knew that nigga, man. So like when people like that pass, it hits a little different. I couldn't listen to Slippin'. The first day.
That joint hard now, right? Yeah, like when you older, you listen to it now. Cause like I know we talked about this offline. To keep it real, like, okay, when he passed, I mean, of course I played his music, you feel me? But I really got deep in the DMX bag after he did his verses, you feel me? And that's why when you listen to it in your adult years, like you said, Slipping and other tracks, like he was talking about some real stuff. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So
absolutely,
it's not gonna hit for you when you 11, 12, 13, 14. But when I got back in my bag, after that versus battle, and I was listening to like a lot of it when I was running and all that, I'm like, yo, my man was really going through some stuff.
For
feel me?
sure.
So he was kind of like ahead of his time with the mental and all that stuff, and even the prayers, like the prayers is crazy.
But he wasn't. He was so authentic because he wasn't doing that shit for show. Like this is a dude that he grew up in foster homes when he was young. Like I mean, his mom left him. His mom took him. His sister was telling the story. His mom took him to a foster care place, like where they were gonna live. He thought that they were gonna live there. Him and his mom. His mom dropped him off in that motherfucker. Like just left his ass there. So like that's real pain. He had to deal with all that and work his way through it however he wanted to. So we actually saw that, and like I like that he was able to do that versus with Snoop, because like you see two legends and it's cool, but it was almost like his farewell. Low key, it was like his farewell tour. He did that. He did a couple podcasts. He did a podcast with Nori. He was just popping up more over this course of this pandemic. And I think he was releasing a project and gearing up for that too. But I mean, we were just able to see him more. That's kind of why I heard it a little bit different too. So like, legend, man, legend. At 50, what was he? 50 years old?
He was 50 on the dot. I mean, you mentioned the word authentic, because in the world nowadays, where I swear, I try not to be like I try not to be like I try not to be negative, and I try not to critique everybody. But I swear, everything everybody do nowadays is like just so curated, so fake, so planned. Like this nigga X dog, like. He was raw from the rip, but he maintained that the whole way through. Like he never got his paper and got cleaned up, and none of that. Like he was what he was. And I feel like, I mean, today's artists really not like that. Like even the ones who came from where they came from, there's still a certain spin they put on it. There's still a certain like I feel like PR thing to it and all that. Like X was X. And I know I was mentioning to you. Go ahead.
No. What were you saying?
No, I'm about to say I know I was mentioning to you before we got on this, John. Like listening to Swiss. Because if anybody seen X from where he started to, today with Swiss Beats, you understand what I'm saying? And even like the tributes and all that, I was ignoring all that on the gram. I don't care if it was on a celebrity or a regular person. But for some reason, I listened to Swiss. Like Swiss was on that joint for 9 minits. And it's kind of hard to watch a 9-minute video on your phone, but especially on Instagram. But I sat there and listened to him give it and like just tell it how it was. And Swiss gave a touching tribute. Like I was telling you, like, I felt like he was trying to be humble about it because at the end of the day, Swiss was crying, but he was on a private jet. You know what I'm saying? You could tell. My man had the phone right here trying to keep it close while the tears coming down his eyes.
The tears hit different. They hit different when you're in a private jet.
Yeah, I heard that G5. I heard that G5 engine going crazy in the back.
It's a little different.
But no, yeah, he gave he just gave a touching John, man, for the whole 9 minutes. Like I said, I respect where Swiss coming from. Because you got to think, like he even said, it wouldn't be no Swiss without him. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, it wouldn't. And that's what that's kind of why you wish he would have. I don't know, man. You just wish it would have been a little different. Like even some of his estate wasn't even in order when he passed. Like so, you ain't even like. You just wish it would be different because that's a legend, man. Like that's a legend. He birthed so many careers. Shit. At a point he was hotter than Jay-Z. You know what I mean? Like Jay-Z was opening for DMX. And then that's just where it was. And when he passed, I put the video on I posted a video that I was watching, ironically, the day before he passed, because just the news of him being on life support. I was just reminiscing, but it was at him at Woodstock, and like you talk about
classic dog.
You talk about people
200,000 out there, John,
and probably 150 are all white people. Like
195.
And he just out there performing. He's not caring about none of that. He's giving the energy, and that's why people liked it, man. That music, that was a lot of I don't know if people want to, like white people want to talk about it, but that was a lot of white people's initiation to Black culture that is right now. Like people like DMX. You know what I mean? That's what it was. Facts.
When you like, 6th, 7th grade, like, you know what I mean? Because who else would it have been? Like
nobody. I mean, Jay-Z wasn't there yet, but he was the artist. He was the guy. He brought New York. He put New York on his back. He was the guy. You know what I mean? At a time where it wasn't really, the West was popping. He just came on the scene and fucked it up, man. Legend. legend, and definitely will always be played and honored and tributed. Yeah.
Yeah, that Woodstock Jones crazy. My man came out in his drawers and some overalls. Like there were 200,000 people. Like, nigga, what are you on? Like,
just out here, like
that energy, man. That energy, real dog. Like,
shout out Cody.
Rocking.
Shout out Cody. Shout out Cody Duckets, man. That's his homie, man. That's he always say that X one of his favorite rappers, man. So like,
yeah. Cool. I know Nasty Nine, all of them. Like that was because I ain't gonna hold you. The same thing I said about Kobe when it became Rockefeller versus Rough Riders. You know I was rocking. I was rocking with the city. You can't tell me I wasn't part of state property. So it took me a minute to come back and fool with them dudes, but nah. But yeah, that was definitely a good time though. But shout out to the boy X, man. It was a tough weekend because, like I said, that was probably what Thursday, Friday, and then I want to say Saturday it went down again in Minnesota, man. And I gotta say, because this ain't our first rodeo. You feel me? You and I have been doing this show for damn near 5 years at this point. Yeah. And this show, in the beginning, we had these situations a lot. You feel me? So where we at with it now? Like, I'm not gonna get into the details. I don't even want to really get into what went down. We all know what went down. Another cop killing a young black man.
Yeah, you talking about right? I forgot his first name. Was
Dante?
Yeah, right. He was killed by the officer who thought she had a taser in her hand, and she had a gun.
Yeah. I bet. But so my question to you is, we've been doing the show 5 years now. I know it's here and there where I hop on Instagram, I might pull up an old episode and be like, yo, y'all should listen to this, blase, blase, blase. Me personally, I cringe at some of the stuff I said back in 2017, 2018. You feel me? So my question to you, where we stand at today, and I'm only asking this because it's relevant and because because it's relevant. When pulled over by the police, like I said, this is a conversation we had before.
Is this the same question?
Where are you at? It's new information has been added. So I'm just wondering where you at. Where are you at with the comply or talk your shit? Okay. I just want to know. Have your views changed?
No, they have not changed. But I will say, and I'll reference the video with the army, the gentleman that was in the army got.
I forgot about that one. Yeah.
So like I'll reference that because that man did everything right, and he still got pepper spray, right? But I tend to move on that side of the fence. Like he pulled over at a well-lit area,
right?
He recorded himself. He turned his car off, and he put his hands out the window.
Right.
Now, I that's complying to me, and that's probably more compliance than I might have did at the time.
Right.
But I think my viewpoint doesn't change from when you first asked that question, which was like, do I talk? I remember I said something to the fact like, I do ask the cop what I did. Like, you know, I'm going to ask what I did. Why was there a stop? All that shit. I'm definitely going to do that. Like, hey.
Yeah, it's not wrong with asking what the fuck I did. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Right.
I think where I stand at is, you can ask what you want, whether they answer you or not. My thing is just all the extraness. Asking what I did, I don't find that extra. But extra shit that people do, I think is too much. I know for me personally, so to answer my own question, I'm complying. You feel me?
Right.
I'm complying. Like even the cop, I'm sorry, even the army dude, he did everything right and got his ass pepper spray, right? I'm okay with that. If I do everything right and y'all shoot me, pepper spray me, I'm cool with that. I did my job. You understand what I'm saying? In life, if I prepare and I do everything correctly and it don't work out my way, how can I be upset?
That's a great analogy.
That's how I look at it. So he did everything right and still got his ass pepper sprayed. I'd rather that than me, man, fuck y'all niggas, man. Boom. Then you pepper spray me. Then it's like, I'm a fool because I kind of brought it on. So anyway, I'm kind of making light of the situation, but I just feel like I'm going percentages. You pull me over, I'm gonna comply. I might be a little sarcastic, but I'm gonna try to get out of this the easiest way as possible. You feel me?
I
So
feel you.
I'm gonna take this back to the chat, right? And me and Adair, Nessie and I just spoke about this earlier because basically what he was saying is, if we comply, if we yes sir, no sir, yes sir, no sir, because these police have
Yeah.
all this power, nothing will change. You feel me? You agree with that, right?
That's what who was saying that? That's what Nadir's statement was, or yours?
No, that's basically what Nadir was explaining to me. Like, it's not about complying or not. It's about if we keep yes and no on these niggas to death. Well, I shouldn't use it to death, but if we keep yes and no, nothing will change. They will have this power and they will keep this power.
I agree with that.
And I agree with that too. But we're not going to change this shit on my behalf. Nigga, I'm trying to live.
So, you don't want to be on a t-shirt. I got you.
Nigga,
and that, again, we laughing about it, but you know what I mean, sometimes you to get through all this bullshit, you just gotta you gotta joke about shit, man. Yeah,
this ain't rocket science. I'm just trying to explain my side of the situation. Right. I'm just trying to explain my side of the situation because we're not about to. I don't want y'all marching on my behalf. You feel me? So let me get through this traffic stop. Whether I go to jail or they'll lock me up, whether I get pepper sprayed, and then we can try to fight it another way. So that's my point, and that's why I'm with the compliance situation.
All right, I got a rebuttal to that. To that. So yeah, I mean, back to your percentages point, right? So you got like a country that Black people, we make up 15 to 20%, if that. I don't even think it's that. It might be 10. I mean, of the country's total population. Other races, such as white, white people make up 60%. Okay. All right. Black people die at higher rates from situations like getting pulled over. And we are that portion of the population, like we are such a minority still, and we get killed in higher rates in that situation. So I say that to say, like, you can still be compliant, very compliant.
Right.
And the percentage still ain't in your favor. It's like, you can do everything. You can hand them everything. All it takes is one scared individual to think that instead of you putting your license and registration back in your pocket, you grabbing a weapon. And next thing you know, you are on that t-shirt when you thought you was being completely compliant.
No, I agree. Don't get me twisted. This country has a fundamental problem. Because even after what happened in Minnesota, I mean, it ain't got much traction, but some kids got shot in a Tennessee high school when they got back to school on Monday.
Yeah.
If you compare, everybody knows, if you compare us to other countries, the gun violence and everything, like the country has a fundamental problem. So to take it back to your point, everything you just said about how small of a percentage of the country we make, how high of a rate we get killed, makes it more my thing when you pull me over, I'm trying to be your friend.
I hear that.
What was the Martin stand up? He was like, when Black people get older, you know what? He said, when Black people get pulled over, they like, you know what, officer, I'll do better. You know what, you're right, I'm wrong. You know what, was I? He said, white people be like, my dad's gonna have your ass. Like,
right.
That's
exactly
real. And we do that because, like, I'm gonna say everybody do it, but I would do that because, nigga, I'm trying to make it out the traffic stop. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't care. Give me a ticket, 3, 4, whatever. We can go to court and do that dance.
Right.
But listen, I'm just trying to get to the stop. And this is a conversation I had with myself because I get pulled over. Well, at the time, I used to get pulled over too fucking much. I kind of cut that out.
Putting yourself at risk for doing that. Regardless, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can be a Black man in this country and be completely compliant with whatever's going down, and you're still at a higher percentage. Your race is still getting killed at a higher percentage. It's just the facts. That's the numbers. Everybody want to use numbers. That's the numbers. We 10% of the population, but 80% of the police killing. How that work?
I mean, we could take it from the traffic stop. I mean, just the way we live. We seen the kid in South Carolina walking through his neighborhood and got pressed out. Who knows how that could have went? So I definitely agree. I definitely agree to the country has a fundamental problem, but I do like how that story ended. not only did the white guy get arrested, but then all the black people brought it to his front door. Like, what's up,
Right.
cuz?
What's up? What's up? Yo, you had something to say. That's exactly
He
what
was
happened.
big
I
and
like
bad,
that
wasn't
energy.
he? Yeah,
Nah, for sure.
He was
He
big
was
and
tripping.
bad. And I like how the young boy handled it. I don't know how young he was, but he was just like, "Sir, I am walking away and you're following me." Like, but this is
said, "You sound drunk. You smell drunk."
Said,
Have
like,
you been
young kept his
drinking?
cool though, didn't he? He said, "You smell drunk." But this is the question I got, like on the other side of things, right? The young boy said his wife was recording. White people stupid. How does that video get out? If my wife recorded me doing this,
Right.
they so stupid. She probably got on Facebook or something and bragged about it. Like, look at my husband. He had to defend the neighborhood. Like how does that video get out? If imagine your girl, you doing something you ain't got no business doing. Your girl posted and bringing all this heat. That's why I'm mad if I'm him.
I feel you. Yeah, we going man. Yeah, we would have to have a little conversation about that. Cause now I'm fired. Like he was in the army. He was. Now I'm out there. You done put me out there. Now you jeopardize both of us.
For free. Bro, they was living in the house for free. That house
Were
was
they?
paid for by whatever happens when you go to the army, whatever it was paid for, they were saying by tax dollars.
Really?
So I wonder who was the dumbass, like I said, because I'm pretty sure whoever recorded it was somebody from his camp, from his side. Yeah. How did that video get out? Because it wasn't young boy. Young boy was just minding his business in his vans. Like he was just taking a little stroll around the neighborhood. How long have you lived in this neighborhood? White boy probably just got there. Trying to be the block captain.
He probably did. But you know, that's entitlement. It's entitlement in many sections. I mean, I'm entitled in some aspects of my life. But yeah, I mean, when you're entitled on the racial aspect, it's a little touchy. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what that was.
It's a little touchy. But I'm always going to ask questions. I need to know. I need to know. You pulled me over. I need to know. What was I doing? What let me know. How can I help me understand why you pulled me over? Because by getting pulled over, I'm already assuming that you pulled me over for some bullshit. That's already what I'm thinking.
Well, I'm with you. I don't see anything wrong with the asking the questions. Now, when you start, I think, doing a bunch of other shit, I kind of feel like, all right, let's go back. Let's revisit our situation in South Philly, right?
South Philly. What happened in South Philly?
When we get in the bar stool. This is the only time I've been pulled over with you. So I'm the one driving. All right, we coming down. We get in the bar stools. So we're already trespassing.
Bar stool. Oh man.
So let's revisit this. Let's rewalk it for the people. All right. So
has this ever been told?
I think we told it on the show back in the day. So,
so we still in bar stools.
All right. So let's revisit this in today's time with the new evidence and all the videos we've seen over the past 4 or 5 years. So this is how I look at it. Then we can go by how you look at it. Because back then you were still, well, you wasn't mad at me, but I still could understand what your problem was. Okay, because wrong is wrong. And again, people, I'm just trying to move through the stop. So long story short, I mean, y'all already know about the Man on Mansion. Y'all been down to the man cave, whatever. The bar stool I'm sitting on right now. Okay, these are what you call secondhand. Okay, I got a friendly tip from my good friend Bill, who at the time worked down at the Wells Fargo Center.
Well, I worked somewhere.
Oh, I'm sorry. He was a custodian. He was a motherfucking nigga sold popcorn at the Sixer game. Nah. So listen, my man called me. He like, listen, an establishment is getting rid of all their bar furniture. You might want to get down here. Now, mind you, y'all, this nigga get off, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. What I do? Yeah. I jump in the car. I'm straight to it 30 minutes later. So, all right. So my point is, we get stopped. I got a car full of stools. I've already trespassed. I've already fucking
stolen property.
It wasn't the trash, but it was in a dumpster, on there. Some people use the dumpster for storage when you're doing certain things, but removed it from the dumpster, put it in my car. I'm trying to leave. Cops pull us over. Now, me being me, I feel like I'm already wrong. So I'm going to try to smooth this thing over. So I'm like, how you doing? Boo, boo, boo. I already know what I'm doing wrong. What the fuck I like asking him? Hey, what I do, man? It's 1:30 in the morning. Like, And it wasn't just us either. It was other people too. They were trying to stop who they could stop.
It was. It was.
Clearly, somebody called the cops.
Right.
And mind you, we're both sitting like this in the car because I got fucking 8 stools in the side. So I'm not asking
to the dash.
I'm not asking what I did. I'm just trying to comply.
Right.
Here we go, gangster Bill. What you need to see my license for? I ain't driving, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact. What you need to see my license for? I'm not driving.
Really? You want to know who the fuck you are, my nigga? Did I just stop a fucking murderer? Did I just stop somebody that's in the system? But because my thing is, if you clean, get that shit up so we keep moving. You like, man, fuck that. You know who my uncle is? I ain't even got my license, man.
First of all, I ain't say you know my, but I did say I ain't got my license. I said straight up, I ain't got my license.
Yeah, I ain't got my license, man. I ain't driving. So give a nigga a hard time for no reason. I'm sitting there like, oh my God, this nigga. No, did I think he was gonna get shot? No, I didn't. But brother, we was getting a ticket. I didn't even want him to be like, get his stools back. So
were we even getting stopped for the stools? Were we getting stopped for the stools that were in your car, or were we just getting?
We were still in the parking lot, so they were stopping us trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. So I wasn't thinking about getting shot. I was thinking about getting a ticket. I didn't want to put the stools back. I'm being selfish. I'm trying to go along with the mission.
Right.
But it all worked out. And the next day I came back with a U-Haul and cleaned that bitch all the way out.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. That next day, niggas pulled up with a U-Haul, man. Shout out to Xfinity Live for that one. Provide with some furniture for the man cave. You know what I mean?
Listen, man, I tell everybody, everything in this basement. When we moved here, I ain't had no budget for the cave. I had to do this off the muscle. Everything down this joint secondhand.
That means you can appreciate it more. I remember we was doing podcasts down that joint. Yeah, it was 1 TV. Now you got 3.
Oh yeah, we living now. We living.
Man,
the theater now.
You looking good over there.
Hey man, we look good. Definitely looking good over here. But listen, before I let you go, man, what's up, man? Let's touch on the sports real quick. Times have changed. Sixers looking good. Number 1 seed at the moment.
You know.
Do you feel like they're the true number 1 seed though? Because Brooklyn is just being so disrespectful.
Brooklyn's trash. Straight up, they trash. They got 3. These are just my opinion. This is just my opinion. They got 3 stars, right? Who I call mental midgets. Now, like a mental midget is someone that, to me, just doesn't have their head on straight to deal with a lot of things going on. Shout out to all the little people. Don't mean to wrap y'all into this, mental midget. So KD, mental midget to me. Sometimes when he's hit with adversity, he reacts weird to it, and that might affect his game. Kyrie, mental midget at times. Sometimes his heart is in the right place, but it tends to stray away from basketball sometimes. James Harden, mental midget. He might be thinking about the strip club when he's on the court. So you never know what you're going to get with these 3 dudes. And I think the Sixers are in prime position with the talent that they got. Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, the young boys, Matisse, all that, Seth Curry, to really make some noise. So that's where I'm at with it. I don't think Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn got 3 great players, but it's not like the Warriors. Like, I mean, I don't think in no way is it one of those type dynasties or like the Heat when they had Bron, Wade, and Bosh. It's good, but I think when the trips are down, we got a 7'2" center and a 6'11" light-skinned man. So I think we should be all right.
All right. So the only difference I see between Brooklyn, you mentioned the Warriors and you mentioned Miami. The only difference I see between those other teams is the time in and the chemistry. You feel me?
Okay.
So is that so? Okay. You just don't feel like Brooklyn is like a real team? You just feel like it's 3 good dudes and they got the rest of them. They're gonna just try to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, outside of all of them being like mental midgets, I think they don't have the capacity. I don't think they have the gel. They haven't gelled yet. It's just 3 players playing basketball. That'll get you I mean, that'll get you through 3 quarters, but what you gonna do in that fourth when you face with some adversity or all those players go out, somebody get foul trouble, anything. It's a lot of variables in the game. I think that puts a lot of weight on all three of them or one of them in particular to carry it until a certain point. Like, I mean, they
So
got talent.
Well, you got talent. Ain't no stop. Ain't no denying that. So you do feel like the Sixers is the best team in the East.
Yeah, I do for sure. I'm trying to get back in the stadium. I need to see a game. I need to see a playoff game because I think.
Let's talk about this because let's talk about this because I actually had the opportunity to go to the game last night. It would have been my first game since the Lakers, I guess, 2 years ago. But
why'd you go,
nigga? Because wasn't nobody playing for Brooklyn, so I was disappointed. Like, so do you think the NBA is like a broken product? Because like, come on, man. Like Kyrie got off work. Listen, this is how I look at it. Kyrie got off work early on Friday, right? He got ejected.
Right.
Somebody called him the N-word. I don't want to say it. Right, and then
another black person called
another black guy, and then he decided not to play the next game. Right, and then Harden already was hurt, which to me is super suspect because you mentioned him being a mental midget because the last couple of years he's run out of gas in the playoffs. So I kind of think it's a lot of hamstrings in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? And then KD decided not to play. So honestly, that took away my appetite. I wanted to go to the game. I'm like, ain't no point in going down this joint if nobody's playing. I mean, it still turned out to be a good game, but. So my question to you is, how do you feel about all the PTO in the NBA and how much leverage the players have?
As you said, PTO.
That's all the shit is. I mean, you still get paid time off.
I'm on the fence with it. I don't have a problem with it, but it sucks sometimes. Like it's hard watching games at this point. After the All-Star break, it's hard to watch games because you had a chunk where players are sitting out and getting ready for the playoffs. So it's
I don't think it's ever been this bad. I remember like maybe 6-7 years ago, people was mad at like LeBron sitting out a game here and there, going down the stretch. But we got Kevin Durant. He sit out 30 games with a hamstring. You got James Harden, another 25 with a hand. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's even hard to watch TV because Lakers on the TV every night. AD not playing, LeBron not playing. Those are legitimate injuries, probably.
Yeah, right. You think so?
I mean, AD, he limps up and down the court every time I don't know. I don't know. LeBron, I think the board really rolled up on LeBron.
He did. If it was playoffs, that's how I try to look at it is if it was playoffs, would these niggas be playing?
Well, that's a big thing. I think nobody cares about the regular season. The players clearly don't care about the regular season.
Nah. If it was playoffs, all these dudes would be playing. There ain't no like AD be right out there hobbling. LeBron would be right out there figuring it out. So like it hurts the league a little bit, but you know, we're all getting ready for a product at the end. As long as it matriculates into a good product in the playoffs, I'm cool with it. Take your games off, whatever. You know, like do whatever you feel. And it's interesting. The NBA got the most vocal players. It's cool to see because I can't imagine like just the NFL players being able to do some of the things that the NBA players do. But it's kudos to the NBA because they've been able to build that reputation.
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't want the NFL players to have this much leverage. It's the NFL. Niggas would never play. Niggas would never play. In football, it's only 17 games now. I think players never play, and it wouldn't mean as much. People be like, "We just getting ready for the playoffs."
Yeah.
Like, and that kind of, that's why the NFL. I mean, it just means so much, and that's why I think that it's such a better product, a better everything because the players got to play like the life depend on what to do. They might not be back next week. The NBA niggas signed that contract, man. Niggas got their feet up. Niggas is like, man, listen here, white man.
What you mean? That money ain't guaranteed. Them NBA players don't get guaranteed contracts.
Let me stand up. It's 4 people. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't come back with like an apology. He just let it ride.
Yeah, he did. He needed to apologize for real because he didn't sound too educated right there.
I did the research. It's 4. I'm like,
nigga. Niggas was just looking at him. Like,
this nigga
what?
like. And that's one thing about me. I'm not arguing with no nigga who just clearly wrong. I'd have just let him go. And if I'm Brandon Marshall, I would have cut that part out the show because he got to have some type of say over there. He the man. He a real one. Because that was me, man. I'd have got right. I'd have cut that whole. Yeah, I'd have what?
Cut that out. Hey, as soon as we got off, I'd have been on Google like, hold on. What the fuck?
Oh, whoa. I mean, as soon as Twitter once it hit Twitter, it's too late. But when that show hit YouTube, man, listen.
You gotta recant that.
That shit would have been cut out like a motherfucker. But I know they got some ownership in that thing.
Right, they got to. If they don't, something wrong. Fuck that. They ought to took that thing out smooth because he looked like a big ass
like
when he said it.
Bro, a whole dick neck out here arguing over something. Nigga. But like I said, he a real one though, because shit. Like I said, y'all never would have heard that argument. I'd have cut that. I don't care how the show looked between the beginning and the end. That bitch
just went off. Hit the bars, man.
Smooth at all. Hell no.
Ah, man. I've been meaning to catch up to see how he addressed it, but
I don't think
the other thing, I'm not to get off topic, but it's on topic as far as like podcasts, all that stuff. I am waiting for Joe Budden's talk with Kevin Samuels. I am on the edge of my seat. We might have to do a react when that interview dropped, dog, because I am ready to speak on some of this stuff that they gonna speak on.
A video of us watching his video. No, that should definitely be. How you feel about boy though?
Kevin Samuels?
Yeah.
I feel like he is off base on some things, but he's on base on some also. It's more 50-50 than people would want to say. That's as much as I'm willing to say because somebody will probably get mad.
No, I'm gonna keep it real though. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard for me to watch his clips, his long clips, like 14 minutes, 8 minutes. Yeah. But I've seen the highlights, right? And from what I've seen, dude be 100% correct. I'm gonna keep it real. The shit he said to them hoes, he be 100% correct. The only thing I don't like is, even me personally, I'm never gonna beat up on a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm never going.
Figuratively, we're talking figuratively.
Oh yeah, we're talking figuratively. I mean verbally. I'm never gonna. I feel like he insult them. I feel like he try to put them down. I feel like there's a nicer way to say some of the things he say. But from the highlights I've seen, he's 100% correct. Like some of the stuff he be saying, like, look at you. Basically what he's saying is look at you and look what you want.
It don't add up.
Right. But I also think he bring on a certain type of woman so he can say that and go viral and be who he is.
Right.
I mean, I want to see him bring across. Go ahead.
No. You want to see him do what?
No, but I want to see him bring on some ones, which is cool, which is how he made his name, which is how we know him. But bring some 10s too. And sit here and tell a 10 she can't get that. When she's 32 with no kids, 2 degrees, she a doctor. That's my thing is like find somebody you can't just beat up on. You feel me? Find somebody you got to give brother advice to. Right. Exactly.
Because that woman ain't looking for that woman ain't looking for his advice. That's the thing. That's his thing. He's talking to a specific group of women that seek out his advice. And then they get mad or you know what? They don't even get mad because when he's talking to the women that ask him questions, they start laughing. Like they're asking him questions, but they don't get mad. The reaction, like when it goes on other streams and social media, that's how it gets spin and gains his popularity. But really, the other women get mad when they ain't really got nothing to do with the girls that are asking the questions, looking for information. Like, if you home 32 with no kids and you got a nice body and you look good, he ain't talking to you because you could probably find a quote unquote high value man, like he said. You know what I mean? But the girl working at Burger Fee, talking to the customers, a guy might walk in there on his lunch break and he don't want to talk to you. You work at Burger Fee. Like, why? You might not be in where he's at with it. And women will have that argument all the time. They say it all the time amongst their circles. They might say it to your face. You're not on my level. That's what he's telling some women, that you're just not on somebody else's level to be asking all of this stuff. You know what I mean? I don't want to agree with a lot of stuff he says, but like you said, the long form stuff is hard to get through. It's tough.
It's too much. It's too much.
It's tough. He a little too.
He
something about him.
Well, that's another thing too. My man, what team are you on?
I ain't gonna say nothing, but something about
I don't like
him.
that either. Though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like that either. Because I do feel like something ain't sitting right with my spirit when you talk to these women the way you talking to these women. You feel me?
You in Atlanta, dog. It ain't no reason to have turtlenecks on, baby.
I
don't know why.
He might know how to get these men. That's why he able to tell them.
I bet he know what a high value man is. Probably. I wonder why he know.
Right. I mean, listen, that's your twist. But yeah, long story short, I don't like how you talk to some of the chicks, and I wish he brought on like better chicks. But like you said, it is what it is, man.
It is. Yeah, I'm anxiously waiting for that to drop. I don't know when it is. I just saw it on social media the other day, and that's interesting. I would love to hear some people's thought on that, especially women. I like having that open conversation with people just to hear how they talk, man. You know what I mean? How they their viewpoint. I feel like we've done that over the years, and it's led into some interesting conversations.
Right. Like I said, yeah, I think it'd be tough to argue with some of the the value women he's brought on, but I guess those are the women that call him. Those are the ones that seek his advice. So shit, they getting what they paid for, I guess. You think it paid to talk to him? I know he does like consulting as far as like personal consulting or whatever, but I hope they're not paying to get embarrassed by that man like that.
That's a good question. I don't know. Like I don't know. That's a good question. I know some girls are definitely probably paying for his information on some way. I don't even know what type of information he provided outside of a podcast. That's the interesting thing.
But, well, no, y'all already know Bread. Bread reached out to him or hit his website to see exactly what he do. So I do know he does like some type of personal consulting or whatever. And I think it's like I think he said either $1,000 or $10,000 retainer fee off the rip. So he does provide some type of real. It was $1,000 to talk to him. He does provide some type of real advice or whatever. But yeah, the women that's calling up on a video call, there's no way they paying $1,000 to talk to that man. Because at this point, he needs them.
Absolutely, shit. They the reason why people listen to him, why he got his platform.
Yeah, he need the content, so he shit. At the rate he's going, he was begging motherfuckers to call him.
Facts. $1,000 is ridiculous man. That just show where we at in the world. People paying $1,000 for some dude to say why they ain't shit.
Yeah, that's what they call me. I'll give you my professional opinion, not my personal opinion. I'm gonna give you my
shit.
I'm gonna set you straight up. All right, we out of here, man. Listen, appreciate you popping on.
For sure.
I mean, you're more than welcome to come back. This ain't rocket science, people. Episode 73.
Damn.
That's where we at with it, man. Where we at with it? That's pretty much all I got for the people.
That's where it is, man. That's where it is. Next episode, Kevin Samuels react. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we should definitely do it.
We need five open-minded individual women to highlight, to dissect this Kevin Samuels topic with us. So phone in.
I need 5 women to come up to call in here so I can tell you what I think about y'all. Ask me. Tell me where y'all going wrong in life.
I'll pay for that. We might have a market for that. We're gonna do that. We might have a market for that. Kevin on to something.
I'm in a solution-based business. I got nothing. I got nothing but answers. They might not be the right answers, but I got the answers straight up.
Yeah, man.
So listen, this ain't rocket science. Episode 73. Tomorrow, y'all see I got the putter on me. We at the range tomorrow.
Yeah, we out. We out the range. Get your golf game on, ladies and gentlemen. Find you a high value man. Women, you want to find a high value man? Get yourself a pair of golf clubs. Take your ass to the golf course. They out there.
Go hang out at the country club and see what type of racist high value man you come back with.
Yeah, facts.